Alrighty, this with the people news. Okay, not attorney, not giving legal advice. Anything I say or do is just opinion, hearsay. All right, and as well as video. That being said, never look straight forward. Always look around you. Be able to protect yourself by any means necessary. Use that Second Amendment to arm yourself with knowledge. Okay. Again, we're back into Texas 25.03. Okay. Did a couple of videos of his of judicial commissions, how they're not doing their jobs and all that kind of stuff. But this one's kind of a special one because it's going into the Texas Supreme Court. Now, this being said, for every state needs to kind of keep an eye on this case because whether you have attorney or not attorney, or you do your pro se or whatever, this case you can basically copy and paste and put it in your own, let's just call it your own jurisdiction, right? California jurisdiction, New York jurisdiction, the ninth, fifth, and all that. Okay. Now, that being said, the Supreme Court, I am led to believe and do believe, because I read the criminal codes of rules and civil procedure, all right, they're crooked. So I don't know where this is going to go, but it's been uh, basically televised and all that, and it's gotten some awakening going on. So the Texas Supreme Court may actually, you know, be on their tiptoes about this, okay, and realize how many people are really upset about family courts in general, but especially when you become a real, true victim, okay, and being completely ignored. All right. So again, if you want to see the whole thing, because I'm gonna go with a couple of bits and pieces. It's gonna have attorney speaking on this. However, again, if you want to hear the attorney, there's a couple of key points I want to do to keep the video short.
The abused becoming the abuser.
It is very concerning. It should be concerning to every resident of Harris County that we have this situation in the 280th.
It's routine for judges to grant protective orders for 2, possibly 4 years. Judge Stalder is known for granting lifetime protective orders on a routine basis.
I've never personally in any of my cases ever seen a lifetime protective order issued.
Stalder has even included children in lifetime protective orders, basically ending a person's parental rights.
I've even seen Judge Stalder issue a lifetime protective order to a pregnant woman for an unborn child. And the problem is people don't realize that this is happening until they land in that court.
Hey, guy.
I'm going to pause right there for a second. Now, sit and think about this, y'all. I don't know how it got blurry like this. But a lifetime appointment. So if her child turns out to be 30 years old, but she's still not allowed to see her kid at 30 years old because there's a protective order. Even though mom, the offspring kind of went in and learned some things and wanted to reestablish the parent, reestablish the parents' communication, right? But this judge is still saying that, well, you can't. And now they're telling the daughter or son, the offspring, well, no, she's got a protective order against you, so you cannot go see your mom. Well, how did the protection order apply to the offspring? It don't. However, since it applied to the mom, right?
Today, I want to go over Starry v. Etheridge. It's a Texas Supreme Court case, and it's going to be heard October 29, 2024. Now, for those that don't know me, my name is George Saldana. I'm a Harris County Family Court veteran. I've been in the Harris County Family Courts for the last 8.
I'm going to rewind that just for a second so you guys get that date, write it down.
case, and it's going to be heard October 29, 2024. Now, for those that don't know me, my name is George Saldana. I'm a Harris County Family Court veteran. I've been in the Harris County Family Courts for the last 8 years. I've seen some things, and I can identify with some of the things that have happened to Christina Starry. I noticed the legal abuse and the patterns that we've seen come out of the 280th District Court out of Harris County. So with that being said, let's just go over this case a little bit before it's heard October 29th. If you're in a Texas family court, you want to stay on top of this case. There's a lot of cases that we see going through family courts where a lot of people like to make false allegations, a lot of people like to lie, a lot of people like to throw other parents in jail based on these false allegations. And I think that's what kind of happened here. If you listen to her story, it's going to come out a little bit more clear. But the issue here, the underlying issue here, is that these courts are ripping parents away without due process. And
All right. So that is the key part right there. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. However, if you want to see the whole video again, and his is more strictly a family courts. Mine's a little bit of everything, right? I'm trying to weed through the thorn bushes and find out how we actually get justice in an unjust system, right? All right. So let's go up here, jump, and see what they had to do, what she had to say with the commissioner, the people that you called to investigate bad judges, besides your legislature, which is the ones you actually should go do. You need to petition, have the judges impeached.
2024.
Hi. So I'm Christine Starry, and I have been invited here by all of you through the family court system. Whether you knew it or not, I'd show up one day because I had a seemingly normal life, and then it just shattered into 100,000 pieces when my kids disappeared because of a court system that's broken. I'm not going to tell you what I think. I'm going to tell you what the Texan says, because my time is wasted. But don't think that I won't make an impact. I'm here, and I will make an impact. I'm a Texas Supreme Court case right now, and it's unacceptable for what happened to me and what will happen to any other person. All right, so the Texas Supreme Court is considering the review of a case of implications for parental rights in Texas. Christine Lenore Starry, that's me, who had to hide for the first 2 years and embarrassed from what happened to her, that her kids were taken away as a kindergarten teacher, ripped away to never be. I taught, was filed for petition for review for the court because she says her parental rights were effectively terminated without due process and in violation of constitutional rights. The Family Freedom Project, and an affiliate of the Texas Homeschool Coalition, filed an amicus curiae brief encouraging the court to consider her case. The rights of all Texas parents at risk. All the Texas parents at risk because of this decision. In a recent case where a court issued a lifetime ban. Lifetime. I would never see my children again in a civil court on a mother's relationship with her children without following due process. The Family Court Freedom Project said in a press release, according to Starry's brief filed with the court, she and her ex-husband divorced in 2018 with a 50-50 possession schedule of the 3 minor children. In 2020, the mother was charged with injury to a child. Guess how easy that starts when you have a divorce? How the court plays out at the expense of lawyers. The father filed for a protective order, and after a hearing in October of that year, he was granted a lifetime protective order. For all 3 children, for the duration of their lives. The mother had not been convicted of a crime at that time of the court order, nor has now. Starry asked for facts and findings from the court, the 280th, in Houston, Texas, or Harris County, from the Harris County Trial Court, but never received them. She then requested a new trial. Her motion was denied. In June 2021, the mother filed for an appeal with the First District Court of Appeals in December the 2022 opinion. A majority of a 3-panel judge affirmed the trial. However, Justice April Farias, wrote in dissenting stating the trial court's implementation of the lifetime protective order against the parent based on facts found by mere preponderance of evidence violated Starry's rights. So 1 out of 3. My kids are gone. If you don't find me in a movie at some point, I'll be very surprised. It's sickening, and you'll need to stop.
Thank you, ma'am.
And again, some of the similarities that you see are that there was no witness testimony, there was no evidence to show that she actually abused her children, there was no criminal conviction for child abuse, but yet people still use this tactic and judges just eat it up and eat it up and eat it up. And ultimately, Christina Starry's children have lost.
There we go. Now, let's talk a little bit about a thing that happened in Russia many years ago. Okay, when it became a communist country. Excuse me. They did a deal of if you see something, tell somebody. Okay? We think the United States was the first one, but it wasn't. In Russia, a little Russian boy called government on his dad because him and some of his buddies didn't believe in the communist party that was held at the time. Okay? So government came in and took the boy's dad. They killed him. And that 12-year-old little boy became, what did he become? A national hero for turning his dad into government so they can kill him. And now you hear every time, well, call in, you can stay anonymous. And then you get somebody with arms sitting on their sides and don't do any investigations, and next thing you know, you're in jail. We have become old school Russia. Allegedly. Gotta cover my butt, y'all. Alright? We may not be 100% communist yet, but we're definitely socialists. These are We the People News. Till next time. Bye, y'all.